Hi, I'm Mrs. Berry, and this is Discovering Geometry, Lesson 1. In Discovering Geometry, we will learn so much about shapes and how to draw them and how to measure them. So let's start by looking at geometry in nature. Nature displays a seemingly infinite variety of geometric shapes, from tiny atoms to great galaxies. Crystals like our snowflake, honeycombs that the bees are in, spiral shells, spider webs, and seed arrangements on sunflowers or pine cones are just a few of nature's geometric masterpieces. We can see here the birds flying in a V shape, and we can see the snowflake, this flower and the petals and how they are arranged, and even in our planets that are circle shaped or spherical. Geometry includes the study of shapes like circles, hexagons, pentagons, triangles, octagons, and so much more. What shapes do you see in the pictures here? Do you see a circle in the ripples? Can you figure out what shape this flower can be in? If you connect from petal to petal, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a bit of a pentagon shape. This one also has 5 petals. You could connect those in pentagons. This one's a little bit more. What if we connect these long ones together? So the longest petals, if I connect those, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not exactly even, but this one is a nice looking octagon. So geometry also includes the study of symmetry. We're going to be studying that as a geometric characteristic in both nature and art, where there's a repeating pattern of elements. So most of the time we think about symmetry as this reflectional symmetry. Like a butterfly, you can see that both sides of the butterfly, if you were to fold it in half, it would look the same on either side. That fold is that line of symmetry. So this butterfly would have one line of symmetry. If you divided it right in half, then you can see the symmetry on both sides. This swimmer and our bodies have bilateral symmetry. You can kind of fold it in half, or you can see the same things on both the left side and the right side. Then we also have rotational symmetry. It looks the same after you turn it around a point by less than a whole circle. Obviously, any shape that you turn around in a whole circle will look the same in the end. But so this picture right here, this Apache basket, if we were to think about rotating it, where, this is at the top, this picture of a deer maybe, and this triangle under it, if we rotate again, we would get to another picture of a deer and a diamond right here. And then if we rotate one more time, a deer and a diamond right here. So this one we would say has a threefold rotational symmetry. We can rotate it 3 times before we're back to the beginning. This starfish in here would probably be a 5-fold symmetry. We see 5 arms of the starfish that you could rotate it 5 times before you're back to the top. This quilt, because it would look the same no matter which side of the square was up, I would give it a 4-fold symmetry. We can use geometry to make line designs. So symmetry and patterns in geometric designs can make them very appealing. We're going to use a compass and a straight edge, just like the classical Greeks when we are doing our line symmetry. If you were to get out a straight edge and a pencil is all you need for this line design. This one is on your notes. We're going to connect these points. If we start by connecting the point 0, 1, so this point right here, 2, 6, 0, this one all the way at the end. Use your straight edge so that you get a very good line and connect those points. I don't have a straight edge on the computer. Then we're going to go up to 0, 2, and then 5, 0. So we're going to connect one up and one in from that one. And then if you keep going, you get what will look like a curve, but you did it with lines. If you were to get a unit grid that was even smaller and you were to connect those, it would look more rounded. So the smaller you have your grid lines together, the more of a rounded look you'll get on this. But see if you can finish that one on your notes by using even all 4 quadrants and see what design you can get from there. Circle designs are also fascinating. We use a compass as our primary tools for circles. So this is a picture of a compass. It has a pointed end and a writing utensil, usually a pencil, that you use. You set this distance right here between the pointed edge and the pencil. And if you keep the pointed edge right at the same point and you rotate that writing utensil around, you can form a circle. So on your notes, there's some different circle designs that you can try. Get out a compass and see if you can make those designs. We'll be using a compass even later to measure angle, or not to measure angles, but to bisect angles and to make perpendicular lines. You can make a perpendicular line with just a compass. Op art stands for optical illusion art. And this is a form of abstract art that uses lines or geometric patterns to create special visual effects. I think this black and white op art is usually the coolest looking and very fun. So if you're into art, give these a try. I'm sure you can look up step-by-step directions on how to do these. I also love to quilt. So this quilt design is really cool. This is called a tumbling block. And it looks like those blocks are standing out, but really it's a flat quilt. This last picture of the hand is actually one that my daughter did when she was in art class. And you can see just from this picture that the hand looks like it's raised up a little bit, that you might even be able to reach out and touch that bump there. But really it's just from keeping the lines straight on the outside of the hand and then curving those lines on the inside of the hand to give it that curved look. Knot designs are geometric designs that appear to weave or interlace together, similar to a knot. These designs seem to have originated in the northern regions of England and Scotland by the Celts. What is a famous ring design that is a knot design? Can you think of something? We're not in the right year for it right now, but the Olympic rings interlock as you look at them. So the Olympic rings is a very familiar symbol for us, and that is a knot design. So here, if you see the knots, you can tell that this red knot goes under the blue one here and the blue one goes under the red one there. If you draw that geometrically, you're going to draw kind of a space, right, for this blue one to go on top. And then the red one goes underneath and comes out below. So this is how we draw the knots where, one line is kind of on top of the other, but knots especially are like the interweaving of designs. So this design here would have interweaving parts. You don't even know really where to start and where it ends. There's no ends to those. Islamic or Muslim artists are also well known for their tile designs, which use many geometric shapes and patterns. Some of the cool videos that I have looked up show how they do these tile designs, but some great artwork here, some great artists putting these together. So that's it for this first lesson. Just reviewing all the different things that we can learn and see in geometry. It's a very cool study.